Meanwhile, Anthony, posing as Adam, is passionately intimate with Mary. She suddenly stops, and Anthony asks why. Mary says he has a ring mark on his finger. Realizing he's not Adam, she panics and demands to know who he is. Back at Anthony's apartment, Adam couldn't sleep. Despite knowing he is not her husband, Helen approaches him and makes love with him. The story begins with a man taking a key from a black pouch. Another man is with him as they enter a locked room where several men are intently watching a naked woman on stage, amusing herself. After a while, two women step onto the stage carrying a silver tray with a live tarantula. One woman places her foot over the spider, about to crush it. One morning, a man named Adam arrives at school and later begins his history lecture. He talks about dictatorship and how it repeats itself over time. That evening, Adam's girlfriend, Mary, visits him at his apartment. After being intimate in bed, Mary leaves. Day after day, Adam follows the same routine, teaching at school, Mary visiting him. They spend time together, and then she leaves. One day, his colleague suggests a film called Where There's a Will There's a Way. Adam says he'll think about it. On his way home, Adam stops by a store to look for the movie. That night, Mary invites Adam to bed, but he refuses, saying he has a lot of paperwork to do. Later, Adam takes out the movie and watches it on his laptop. When the film ends, Adam, looking drained, goes to bed and tries to be close with Mary. She becomes upset and leaves. Adam has a dream about the film and recalls one of the actors looking exactly like him. He watches the movie again, skips to the scene, and confirms it. Disturbed by his double, Adam checks the end credits and learns the actor's screen name is Daniel St. Clair. He searches online for more of his films, finds the agency's address, and discovers it's in the same city. One morning, Adam visits the agency. He tries to slip inside, but a security guard notices him. The guard greets him and calls him Anthony. The guard finds a package for Anthony and hands it to him. Adam takes it and leaves. In his car, he opens it and finds a confidential envelope with Anthony's real name and address. Adam looks him up in the directory and calls from a payphone. Anthony's wife answers, recognizes his voice, and thinks it's her husband playing a joke. Adam hangs up, breathing heavily. Still unsettled, Adam calls again. This time, Anthony answers. Adam is surprised their voices are identical. He tells Anthony he has seen his films and that they look exactly alike. Adam wants to meet him. Anthony agrees and writes Adam's name on a piece of paper. His wife, Helen, asks who he was speaking to, and Anthony says it was the man who called earlier. Helen accuses him of lying and asks if he is involved with that woman again. Anthony angrily replies it was a man, then leaves. Helen, upset, looks at the unknown number in the call logs. One night, Helen wakes up and notices the paper where her husband wrote Adam's name. She searches him online and finds out he is a professor. The next day, Helen goes to the university where Adam teaches. She sees him sitting on a bench and is stunned by how much he resembles Anthony. Adam speaks to her and asks how far along she is in her pregnancy. She says 6 months. When Adam walks away, Helen calls her husband. Anthony answers, and she is left speechless, quietly ending the call. Helen goes home, still confused. Later, Anthony arrives, looking worn out from running. Helen ignores him and walks out. That evening, Anthony notices her crying and asks what's wrong. Helen tells him she went to see the man from the phone call. Anthony becomes uneasy, and Helen says the man looks and sounds exactly like him. She asks what is going on, but Anthony says he doesn't know. Helen insists he does and begins to cry. Adam dreams that he is walking down a hotel hallway, where a masked woman moves upside down without clothes. He wakes up and later goes to the address Anthony gave him. When he gets there, Adam takes out the envelope for Anthony that he still hasn't opened. In the hallway, he sees a woman moving exactly like in his dream. He enters a room and waits for Anthony. A while later, Anthony arrives, stunned by what he sees. He suggests they might be brothers, but Adam is certain they're not. Anthony asks if Adam also has a scar on his chest, which makes Adam panic. He gives Anthony the envelope and quickly leaves. Anthony goes home and tells Helen the man won't bother them again. Helen looks upset and stays silent. One day, Anthony follows Adam as he leaves his apartment with his girlfriend. After Adam goes, Anthony trails Mary until she reaches her workplace. It's clear he has a strong attraction to her. Adam speaks with his mother about his double. She says there must be some difference between them, but Adam insists they are exactly alike. She reassures him that he is her only son and doesn't want to hear any more about this man. She adds that he has a respectable job and a good apartment, so he should give up the fantasy of being a low-grade movie actor. Adam is left shocked and puzzled. At his place, Anthony mutters a plan about convincing Adam to let him spend time with Mary. The next day, Anthony barges into Adam's apartment and asks why he was looking for him. Adam says he was simply curious. Anthony then asks why he called his wife, but before Adam can reply, Anthony cuts him off and asks if he's seeing her. Adam denies it and says he's crazy. Anthony yells, saying that since Adam dragged his wife into this mess, he will also involve Adam's girlfriend. Anthony tells him that if he wants him gone, he must agree to his terms, give him his clothes and car so he can take Mary on a romantic trip. He promises to return her the next day and then disappear from his life for good. A while later, Anthony dresses up and leaves, while Adam sits on the chair, upset. Soon after, Mary is in a car with Anthony, who keeps glancing at her with desire. Meanwhile, Adam goes to Anthony's apartment. In the elevator, the concierge tells him he can't stop thinking about last night and wanted to return, but the lock was changed, and new keys are only given to people on the list. Adam pretends to understand and agrees. When they reach Anthony's room, the concierge unlocks it for him. Adam puts on Anthony's clothes to pass as him. Helen arrives and asks why he's home when he said he would be at his mother's. Adam says he canceled the visit. When Helen invites him to bed, Adam breathes heavily, nervous. Later, he lies in bed, and Helen studies him, realizing he's not her husband. She hugs him and asks if he had a good day teaching. Adam is confused, and when he tries to ask about it, she tells him to forget it. Meanwhile, Anthony, posing as Adam, is passionately intimate with Mary. She suddenly stops, and Anthony asks why. Mary says he has a ring mark on his finger. Realizing he's not Adam, she panics and demands to know who he is. Back at Anthony's apartment, Adam couldn't sleep. Despite knowing he is not her husband, Helen approaches him and makes love with him. Anthony drives Mary home. While on their way, the two get into a fight and Anthony accidentally swerves the car and hits the barrier. Next morning, we can hear in the radio report about the road accident last night that killed 2 people. When Adam puts on Anthony's suit, he finds the envelope. He opens it and finds a black pouch that contains a key. This must be the key that the concierge was talking about. The key to the room we saw on the first scene. Adam then tells Helen that he will go out tonight. Helen did not respond. And when Adam checks her